dude, I invented a guy. I love this guy.
Okay.
He's so funny. He's a mobster who thinks that his boss like just wants him to hook up with the guy because his boss keeps saying shit like fucking just whack him, just rub him out, dude. Hey, make sure you finish him. And it's like, all right, boss, I will. I'll take him out.
Mafia hitman who's just been jerking guys off.
Yes, dude. And then the boss finds out that they're all still alive. This is like George Costanza if you try to be a hitman. It's there, bro.
I don't think George Costanza would blow or rub off a bunch of guys. I think you've misinterpreted the character of George Costanza
Well,
to be
we
way
have to
more
think of
open
George
to-
Costanza in like, we have to think of him as like a modern version of himself, right?
I see. You're talking about a more sexually
the other
adventurous
day I was thinking
George
like
Costanza.
George starts dating somebody with any all pronouns, so he thinks that he has to say all of them every time he refers to the person. He's like, oh yeah, she was great, and he even paid for dinner, and they and I had a great night together. And then Jerry and Elaine have like some sort of dinner that they're planning where they like need to figure out the amount of seats, and they think he's dating a polycule. They think those are like three separate people. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, there's a lot to mine on that one.
I do think that if they reboot Seinfeld for a modern audience, you should be in the writer's room. I think you should be in there cooking up ideas.
I've been actually watching it like so much that I stubbed my toe the other day, like really bad, stepping out of the shower, like it hit the edge of the bath, and I did a 1-to-1 Kramer when he feels pain. And I'm like, oh no.
You started shouting the N-word.
No, no, not Michael Richards. I've said this before.
You
okay?
started yelling at hecklers.
Michael
That's
Richards is
crazy.
one guy. Jerry Seinfeld from the show is one guy. Jerry Seinfeld from real life is another guy. Like Jerry Seinfeld on the show wouldn't be caught dead dating a high schooler, man.
That would be a
They're
tough episode.
different
I'll be honest with you.
people.
But right now specifically, I am pretty fucking hungover because I went to that Lakers game yesterday. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You did a bunch of shots.
You watched Luka drop a triple-double.
I did watch Luka drop a triple live in front of his old fucking coach and staff.
Oh,
and
true.
yell at the bench. And it was fucking awesome. And then I drank too much. And then I didn't sleep very well. And now I'm like trying to hit go live, but can't. So I was like, I'll watch my good for the Aspecticor.
So this is 30, huh?
This is. Is your chat comfortable with you doing steroids, or is that like?
That's on the low, the trend and the HGH.
They're fine with
Dude,
that?
I had
They're
a
okay with
doctor's
that?
appointment and he had to ask me, and I'm like, nah, I'm natty. And he loved it. He thought that was so funny. I forget that people aren't like constantly like joking around and shit. So when people find me funny, I'm like, dude, I'm just riffing, brother. Like that's just how I would say it. I wouldn't be like, no, doctor, I'm not taking steroids. I'm like, nah, I'm natty.
If they ever invented a thing that lets you like
Forget
wipe
things
your
selectively,
brain
yeah.
so you could watch media again, it's gonna destroy art because no one will make anything new. It'll be the same. I just think I would end up watching like movies that like, I don't know, Gladiator or something. I'd watch it like 50 times.
Gladiator?
I don't know, that's not just a random example, but I like the movie Gladiator, right? But if I
Yeah.
watched it again now, I'm on board because I know what's gonna happen.
True.
But if I didn't, I would probably like every night, like, hey, I'll put on Gladiator.
You know, I would want to put on twisty movies. I'd watch The Prestige like 100
Oh
times.
yeah, The Prestige or Memento or something. Yeah, I would just like, it'd be like,
oh, and
that's
then
so sick,
I'd
what
keep a
twist.
journal and I'd see how many times I figured out the twist. You know what I mean? Did you hear about that billionaire who was measuring his nighttime erection data? This is an entirely non sequitur to what we were talking about. But did you hear about this?
Yeah, him and his son, right?
Yeah. Dude, and me and chat were talking about this. It's like, what the fuck do you use? Is it like an aura ring, but for your cock? Like, what do you...
I'm gonna assume it's not an aura cock ring, if I had to guess.
I remember me and chat workshop something. It's like, well, why don't we figure this out for women? We can call it the clit bit. That's pretty good, right?
Hey, chat, when he says me and chat workshop something, does that mean he came up with it and you were like Pepe cringe or something?
No. Weren't you like thinking about starting a project? I don't know how much of it is public.
Thinking about starting a project.
This is going to be a fun game. I don't know.
I don't want you to leak if it is something secret, but I can't. You've been so incredibly vague. Yeah, sometimes I think about starting a project.
Okay, so like we've talked about how you're thinking about starting something.
We talk about it in chat. Do we like write about it, or do we talk about it?
No, we talked about it
in
like
words?
words, I think, like a while ago.
Fuck, bro.
I guess I'll just
hungover.
DM it to you because it's not on screen.
Just DM it to me. Just give me a word and I'll tell you. Yeah, that is yeah, I can't talk about that.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm glad I didn't.
But it's
I'm
a
glad-
hundo P happening. It is moving, grooving, and schmoving. Actually,
Don't you think the Capitol's going to be way more well protected this time, though?
Yeah, that's why we're coming with extra fire and fury, bro. Yeah, thank God. Please
Bring
don't.
that.
We're working on a lot of things to announce and reveal that.
Okay, well,
So if it were to come out on your fucking stream in between cockering discussion, that'd be pretty
it
sad.
would be pretty sad. Yeah.
Can we settle this? Is it Zouchery or Zoucher? Because I'm always
Oh, Zouchery to me, because there's two E's. That's why.
Zouchery. Atrioc, you always fuck it up.
Yes,
Interesting.
dude. You know, I can't judge you for this because I did say Penelope, unironically.
Penelope for Penelope?
Yeah, like I just only read her name before. I guess I didn't really make the connection. And chat just like destroyed me for that one because they knew I was being earnest when I said it. This was like the first time I played Colorado on stream. Like this was like 3 years ago. And I was
That's
like, yeah, we
crazy.
got to kill Penelope. And people were like, it's pretty funny.
You'll be all right.
If you're
People have bounced
if
back.
you have a kid and they're 8 years old and they want to play basketball, are you gonna let them win?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
If
stay
I have a
grinding.
kid, I'm gonna have a kid. Aspecticor.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna be a good dad.
Okay.
I've never had sex, but like I can't wait, and I know
Right,
I'm
yeah.
instantly gonna have a
Well,
kid.
obviously, it's like sex is weird unless you're doing it for procreation. Like it's gross.
Right, exactly. That's what I've always preached.
Yeah. Unless it's gay. Dude,
Yeah.
guy who's against sex before marriage, but only with women. Yes, dude. That's a guy.
I'll be arguing with somebody, not arguing, but like there's a chatter that has like a real locked-in take,
Yeah.
and they'll say these exact, like, really specific phrases, and I'm like, where'd you get this idea? And then I'll watch a streamer later, and I'll see that they took it bar for bar, like it's bar for bar,
Yes.
and I realize that's where they get their whole. That's so.
Bro, you realize how many insufferable guys you created that do that?
I'm sure I've
exact thing
created a few
for
myself.
you?
Yes,
Oh,
100%.
man.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, there's
For
like
sure.
nothing you can do about it. But simply because that you're like an informational streamer, it's like there's so many dudes at the water cooler, just like 1-to-1. Which is like, I'm sure
Yeah.
there's dudes showing up to the water cooler too, being like, hey, I thought of a funny guy over the weekend. It's this mobster who keeps sucking people off. I'm sure we get that
I
too,
think
right,
that's
guys?
Less likely.
Right?
I don't know
No,
about the
come
water
on,
cooler.
less likely.
Maybe in the Discord. Maybe in the Discord, but I don't know if someone showed up to the water cooler and trying to run your bits are fucking NSFW.
No, they're
Okay,
not
gonna
all
make
like
it.
that. Like, here's one for you. The place where we are perceived and are most perceived, the panopticon of the grocery store, the Coliseum, it's the produce section. Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait, let me wrap my head around what you're saying. The produce aisle
Yeah, the
of the
produce
grocery
section.
store is the panopticon
Mhm.
of modern society, where you are most observed.
Yep. Yep.
You, as a live streamer on Twitch, believe that the time you're most observed is while you're buying
Because
fucking
hear
melons
me out, man. They don't
at the
see
grocery
me.
store.
They don't see me up here, okay? They see like the caves on the shadows on the cave wall. All right, that's what they're seeing of me up here. Whereas when I'm in the grocery store, I'm in vivo, I'm in the flesh, and I'm looking at an apple. Maybe I put it down. Maybe I pick another one up. Are you gonna judge me for that? I'm thinking about that. What's the old lady next to me gonna think about my watermelon selection method, bro?
Nothing! Nothing! I've never, ever been in the fucking. I can't ever been in a grocery store aisle and judge someone's kiwi selection process.
Yeah.
I say yeah, because that's against your thesis.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, you're just not
I've
neurodivergent.
never
That's why.
seen that.
That's my trump card.
Um,
Yeah, this guy's just neurotypical. He just doesn't understand, right,
yeah.
Chad?
Dude, neurotypical is a slur. Okay, I'll say it.
Yes, dude.
I'll say it. Let's get. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get fucking heated.
I know, because we were talking about
There's
like
nothing typical
yeah,
about
like,
it.
it's
Okay,
just-
I'm up there.
it's a slur used against people like us who just want to say the R word without any repercussions. Another aside, how do you feel about the the checks and balances in the U.S. Like me personally, I fear that they won't hold up to what Trump has to do. But like you're more familiar with them.
Listen, nobody knows because nobody knows exactly what he's going to do or where he's going to draw the line. But I have consistently said my opinion, which is actually think this experiment with Trump is going very poorly. His own fans, even though people say they'll never change, of course there's some that'll never change,
right,
are already, I mean, the approval rating's already dropping. I think there's going to be a blue wave midterm, and it's going to be way different. I think the system
taking
will hold.
this as the hopeful take.
I don't even think it's that old. I mean, it's like there's going to be so much. Listen, you know, I talk about this a million times. I'm not going to go into it, but like defaults keep rising, unemployment keeps rising, people can't find jobs, everything's getting worse. There's a huge government layoffs. That means people aren't spending, which means more people have to lay off. It's going to be.
Things are going to get. Things are absolutely going to get worse.
Things are just getting worse, and people are. I think it is almost insulting to say that nobody who voted for him
will like change their mind.
Change their mind. Could ever be like, wait, this kind of sucks. I think that's kind of insane. I think people will absolutely change their mind. A lot of these people are Obama voters that voted Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's not crazy they could switch. I think especially if the Democratic Party can put forth a strong candidate and a strong messaging platform, which has been a huge challenge for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's totally doable. It's not crazy. He's not untouchable.
For sure. He's not untouchable. I don't know. I feel like when times get bad for people, they can also be like easily misdirected. Is what I worry about.
I 100% agree, which is why it is helpful, not good, but helpful for this argument that he has the House, Senate, and the judiciary, everything.
Right.
There's no blame going anywhere else. I mean, it literally is impossible to make the argument that like
he
the
can't get
woke left are holding us back, or we can't get my shit. You're getting your agenda passed, and it's not making people's lives better. People are gonna freak out.
Right.
Even like this is a crazy. I'm doing the internet rule where you have to bring up Hitler, but so one of the reasons.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest, with this whole thing, I think bringing up Hitler is like not that crazy.
No, I agree. I think there's like some parallels.
There's a lot of parallels that we could like look at for sure.
But one thing that's different is like when Hitler came to power, it was a fortuitous time where they were coming out of the Great Depression.
Right.
So it seemed like, yeah, shit's getting better.
Right.
And then Hitler, invades Poland, easy win. Oh wow, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, he was shockingly popular.
He did have France. A lot of things going for him, and like
everything goes right at the beginning,
for like 12
and
years.
then
there were a lot of differences for sure.
And then so like he had this huge surge of support. It was like, oh, he's making everybody's lives better. Germany's great. And then of course he leads the country into absolute ruin and fucking horrible crimes. But what I'm saying is like he had that at his back. Trump is coming into power, and within the first 30 days, shit's already getting dramatically worse. He's going to preside over likely a big recession instantly. Right. It's so different. People are going to be, it's. I think it's going to be way different. I think the midterms will shock a lot of people who are saying nothing could ever change. He's gonna control the government. I don't think. I think
I would like. I love that perspective. Because it is reassuring to a doomer like me who's like, bro, I'm like thinking about guerrilla warfare.